Hello teacups, what's brewing? So today we have a reaction to Chantal. Now, full disclosure, she's actually uploaded 2 videos before this. She uploaded one in reference to the Black Lives Matter movement and the issues going on in America. I don't want to pick at anybody giving support to that movement, so I've chosen not to react to it. The second video was a Haitian food mukbang. I was going to react to that. I might still in the future if she has a slow few days, but she has uploaded today a video called Fake Sympathy from Haydur Nation. So for those of you who maybe just watch her, you probably already know, but there is another YouTuber, Amberlynn Reed, that recently uploaded a video where she was very, very upset, understandably so, because she had received a cancer diagnosis from a doctor after an emergency D&C she did at the emergency room. She has uterine cancer. That's all the information we had. She was very upset. She was hyperventilating and having a panic attack on camera when she told us. We have very little information in terms of what stage she's at, not the seriousness of the diagnosis, because any type of cancer is serious, but how treatable it is, and all things related. And obviously she was upset when she told us, and those things, the information we might be asking requires tests, and tests take time. So we don't have a lot of information about that, but I'm guessing, given the situation, that this is the response video Chantal has just put up. So I'm going to be reacting to this. It's probably going to be a doozy, and we'll see how this goes.
Hey guys, Eldia just back there again.
I wasn't expecting her softly voice. Hello Chantal, how are you? Usually when she comes in with an inflammatory title like this, she comes in with an attitude. So this kind of softly, oh hi guys, was a little bit surprising, but we'll see how it goes.
I've just been seeing a lot of things online, and
yeah, there's been quite a reaction
I want to talk about, express my feelings on.
Okay.
A lot of viewers might not like this content, but too bad. I have a channel. I have a right to my opinion.
Absolutely you do, and you should exercise that right, but in response, don't be a bitch about me doing the same, please.
Especially when I've had to put up, and still do, with numerous channels.
Yeah, you do.
Expressing their opinions and reactions on me, and being quite hateful while doing it. Not all, but most. And I don't do these videos often, but currently, a lot of you probably don't even follow what's going on, so if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's not worth looking into. So there's always been I hate to say it because it's so stupid, Haydur Nation. So
yeah, that's a term coined by the Kiwi farms of people who criticize her. I should point out, I'm also going to turn this up because it's a little bit quiet. Oh no, this is just the sound of it, sorry. I should also point out before we start that Chantal is guilty of very black and white thinking. Are there some people who are just heinous to her online? Absolutely there are. Where there is the internet, there will be trolls. She is an easy target. But she does, one of the reasons people usually have to go to reaction channels to air their opinion is because she does moderate her comments very heavily, and she has very, very black and white thinking. So if you're not with her, you're against her, whereas a lot of us started out as supporters. I still support her getting healthy, but we are critical when she's doing things that are obviously not taking her towards that goal, and she really struggles to not even take, but identify constructive criticism versus hate, because one is not like the other and she doesn't see the difference. So let's just get into it.
It's a group of reaction channels who I guess have become friends or whatever through mutually disliking myself and Amberlynn Reid. I'm sure a lot of you know who Amberlynn Reid is. YouTuber who is like me in a lot of ways, maybe not personality-wise, but we struggle with food addiction, with obesity, health issues, all that, and we're treated a lot the same online too by these people, and they think it's funny. They think our struggles are funny, and I
just want to take a pause to say I do not think your struggles are funny, because I've been through many of those struggles myself. I think the way you twist and turn to try and make what you want a reality, occasionally funny in more of a oh Jesus than a ha ha way. I think your view of what Haydur Nation is and what it isn't always the same.
I think that the way we look is funny, even though a lot of them are obese themselves. I think that stems from self-loathing is the only thing I can get from that. This video isn't meant to bash these people because
this video is 100% meant to bash those people, but it's fun. I can take it. She's clearly talking. I wish if she were doing this, she'd just call a spade a spade. She's clearly talking about Charlie Gold, about Yabba, about on-program situation, about the bigger YouTubers that do criticize her sometimes. And the thing she doesn't see, like, how dare they when they're obese themselves? Well, because they've been through this. I've been through this. You can't bullshit a bullshitter. And when we bring our opinions, it's the opinion from the experience. And I don't know, how dare a doctor comment on a medical thing? How dare someone who struggled with obesity comment on my struggle with obesity? Why wouldn't we? Surely we're more knowledgeable than someone who's never been fat.
Then I really wouldn't be any better than them, but the whole time,
before.
This has probably been going on for like 2 years now. Amber and I have never dedicated our channel platform to hating on these people.
Oh! Excuse me, ma'am. Did you, I'm gonna have to find this. Did you, or did you not, make videos on Charlie Gold? I am sure, I haven't checked, I don't know, I know Zachary Michaels is taking a break from YouTube right now. I am sure he has a playlist of her being a terrible human to other people. She has devoted time on her channel to rant towards reaction channels many a time. I'm not saying we're any better, but to say she's got some sort of moral high ground here, no, my dear.
To hating on people in general. We don't make video after video.
That's a lie.
Criticizing and making fun of people
you
who
rant
are obese, who are depressed,
all the time.
Whatever.
And again, to be clear, if we're allowed our opinion, she's allowed hers. But pretending she's never engaged with that, she has said some shit online, and I don't care how she curates her videos and how she hides them. She has said it. The internet remembers.
I guess that's a bit of a background. I've always had problems with these people. And
yeah, you have.
I've felt so frustrated throughout my time on YouTube. Just knowing that these people are making video after video about me and trying to humiliate me.
No, again, no. Please be clear here. If you ever see my teeny tiny channel, which you probably never will, I'm not doing this to humiliate you. I'm doing this because I want you to get better. And one of the things that you allow yourself in order to stay where you are is the delusion. You are constantly rewriting the narrative to try and get you what you want. It's addict behavior. You go on and on about how you're an addict. And I don't buy it. I don't buy it so much of the time because it's so obvious what's happening to everyone except you, and maybe even to you, but you're not willing to admit it. And we can't engage with you directly because you curate the comments, because you rage out on YouTube, because you can't take it. So we can't give it anywhere but these kind of forums, with our own videos or on forums or in discussion. And what really angers Chantal, genuinely I believe, is the lack of control over that, because she's always had an image she's wanted to portray online, even when she's not portraying it. She's got this image she wants to have, and it threatens it so much, and threatens her own sense of reason that she's applying to these situations to excuse herself.
And making a profit off of it. And number one, that YouTube allows that is just...
I'm not, by the way. I'm not monetized, so I can say what I want.
I mean, I couldn't even have like friends or family members click on my videos and watch my videos without it being linked to about 15 reaction videos from these people.
Yeah. And those reaction videos, they keep your channel growing. And also, like, the majority of the videos that you do, would you want your friends and family watching? Is that the image of yourself you want them to see? She gets so she gets so cagey about her eating and about doing it in private and doing it in her car, because she has as much said she's fundamentally ashamed of it, of the pizza boxes she hid in the closet from BB. It's just one element of it. She doesn't want friends and family clicking on this. This is a weirdly private shame that she profits off of. It's not something she wants to answer to in her real life. It's one of the reasons therapy is so difficult for her. She doesn't want her friends and family watching this.
They're YouTube leeches, and they don't give a shit about myself or Amberlynn. They can say they do.
I do say I do. I very much give a shit about you guys getting healthier. I don't give a shit about your excuses. Can't bullshit a bullshitter.
But that's my issue. That's what I'm going to talk about in this video right now.
Okay.
So it seems like the tides are turning on some of these channels.
That's fair.
I don't like saying their names because I don't want to give them any
we all
recognition,
know.
But
we all know. Charlie Gold is
people are starting to see how wrong it is what they're doing. Especially Charlie Gold, for example. She's probably...
I mean, at least she's saying her name and not like, it's not vague because we all know, but at least she's got the guts to say it.
One of the bigger channels, probably the biggest channel, because she's amassed a larger following than the rest of the haters, because started out under this guise that she's an inspirational weight loss channel. Meanwhile, sitting there at the edge of her bed or wherever, YouTube plaque in the background, calling Amber a sodium-filled whale, making fun of her, the way she walks, calling me a Canadian pig. Like, just the most disgusting, insulting, hateful content.
This does not excuse what Charlie Gold has said, because I'm not going to sit here and defend Charlie Gold. She can defend herself. But if you go back to some of the videos of the things she said, there was a lot of mud slung and it wasn't just on one side. Do I think either of them have a particularly productive relationship? Nah, I don't. No, I don't. I think it's not a friendship, put it that way. But there's a lot of history and it's not all on one person's side. Charlie Gold, she did start as like a weight loss channel. She went into reactions. Whatever. Doesn't bother me that she did that. It clearly bothers Chantal.
And that was her channel. That's become her channel. And hasn't done a weigh-in in forever, so she's not an inspirational weight loss channel. And so that's why she has so many subscribers. But people are starting to see how horrible she is. And I don't know how long that will happen. People are always turning on people on YouTube, and I'm just trying to stay out of it, but I wanted to say trying to stay out of it by making this video. wanted to call out some bullshit.
Okay. Do it.
Seeing, I saw this on, I'll link the video below, but Citrine Dream does really good commentary, reactions on the reaction channels. And now that Amber Lynn has been diagnosed with cancer, they're
Poor girl.
all panicking and tweeting out their support for Amber Lynn.
Yeah.
Now, the problem with that is their support will start with, no matter how terrible of a person you are, no one deserves cancer. You may as well not even fucking say anything.
Oh, someone's a bit bitter. Hey, here's the thing. I'm going to go in and listen because I want to respond to everything she says, but I haven't watched this video yet, so I don't know what's coming next. I think the reason people start like that is because it would be completely disingenuous to go in and be like, oh my goodness, feel better. Not feel better, because that's a stupid thing to say for cancer, but yeah, oh my goodness, I hope you're okay. Without that preface, having come from a majorly critical stance on Amber Lynn, to not preface the fact that they recognize that they've been that way before. They're basically saying, we know we've been super critical of you before, but this isn't something we wanted you to have to deal with. And you couldn't possibly come from the history they come from and not at least reference it to be able to pass on your sympathy, because you're like, hey, for all the issues we may have had in the past, I really wish you weren't dealing with this. This is terrible. And how else could they phrase that?
And one of them is a psychology student, and they bully people like that online. This person made merch with a caricature of Amber Lynn's face in a very unflattering manner with one of her sayings, and was trying to like sell merch with Amber.
She did, and there was a lot of discussion, drama around that. And then she took off the caricature and she just put the butterflies from the Snapchat rant. And then there was a lot of talk about toxicity in the community. And when Amber Lynn was actually handed a serious diagnosis, the merch was taken down because she recognized that there was a line there.
Lynn's face on it. You wouldn't believe the horrible things that these people have said and done, okay? And for them to turn around and try to villainize Amber Lynn and I by saying, but even though you're a bad person, it's like, have we ever made merch on anybody? No. Have we ever?
You haven't, but didn't you make a video liking people calling Charlie Gold a gorilla? I seem to remember that.
Ever made countless videos profiting?
Yeah, you have.
Off.
Yes, you have. You've since deleted them because they make you look bad, but let's be real here, you have.
Of hating on somebody? No.
And also, and as much as I do feel bad for Amber Lynn, she did a whole rant very recently calling us pieces of shit, and then right before her diagnosis, uploaded one called Hi Haydur Nation, reinforcing the fact that she thinks we're pieces of shit. Do you have the right to do that? Yeah. I am such a teeny tiny part of Haydur Nation, guys. I am nobody. But guess what? I put my opinions on YouTube, and as such, I can have a thicker skin and I can take it. Because if I can give my opinion on you, you can give your opinion on me. Because you're people behind a screen. And as much as I like interacting with people, ultimately it's not going to affect my day. And the moment that it does, the moment that I can't take that, is the moment I'll get off YouTube.
And they'll sit there and say that I profit off my eating disorder.
Yeah, you do.
So what do you? You profit off of our eating disorders.
I don't profit off
it's
anything.
Like, I don't even want to go into all that. I'm
Then
trying
what's
not
this
to
video?
derail because I could say so much. I could, one of
Could and have. Except you haven't had the guts to stand by it because you've always deleted the video.
them was like, I'm gonna stop making Amber Lynn react videos for now. I might still make them on Foodie Beauty.
Yeah.
So nobody's making react videos anymore on Amber Lynn because they have this fake sympathy on her.
It's not fake sympathy. Okay, here's something genuine. Just because we recognize that we are frustrated, that she has made, and you have made, some incredibly irresponsible choices with your health, all of which have contributed to health problems you have. I feel I've had many members of my family die from cancer. Yeah, I had an aunt pass just over a month ago. Cancer is bullshit. Cancer is an awful thing, and I don't wish it on anybody. Do we recognize that the health issue she has is going to make that worse? Do we recognize that it's going to be incredibly hard, much harder than it would be for her at a normal weight, to get effective treatment? Yes, we do. But are we casting blame? No. Because this is why we were so critical of her lifestyle, of the choices she was making to not get health insurance, the choices she was making to not see a doctor consistently when she started having issues. No one deserves it, no one can be blamed for it, but hindsight is very clear. And she's been having problems for what, 9 months? UTI after UTI, which now we can see maybe were actually signs of something more serious. It's not fake sympathy. It's real empathy. It's recognizing that even if I don't like the choices you've made as a person, and I genuinely wish you had made better ones for your health, I don't wish something as serious as cancer on you. I don't wish anybody that. And again, with the fact that she fails to recognize shades of grey in many areas of her life, I think she genuinely can't connect with that as an idea, that I can dislike the choices someone makes, but still not want them to die.
But they're going to continue to bully me and make videos about me. They're not getting the point. So that basically says they don't see a problem with what they're doing. Their problem is only out of convenience for them.
No. My problem is that the health issues you're facing are preventable with work. With cancer, we don't know if Amber Lynn would have gotten cancer before the age of 30 if she hadn't been overweight. Cancer is an unknown factor. It could have hit her if she weighed 100 pounds. Obesity in this particular type of cancer does make it more likely. She has a much higher chance being 500 pounds of getting this cancer than if she had been 100. But cancer is essentially a roulette, and she could have got it at any point. You choose the health issues that you have. You eat your way into them while claiming that you're making changes and crying to the camera about how you need to make them, and then continuing to eat that way. So I want you to get healthy, and I'll continue to react to you. I was going to initially make a reaction channel on Foodie Beauty and Amber Lynn. And this was before all the Amber Lynn health issues she's currently facing. And if I were reacting to her right now, I'd be taking a step back because you're like, whoa, for all we're discussing this thing about your weight, that's serious business and you don't need this right now. So we offer support because there's limited things she can do, and she's now facing a really shit situation with no health insurance and difficulty being treated. You are in a different situation. You do what you do to yourself, and you could make changes and you wriggle out of them. So the empathy we have for Amber Lynn right now, facing something life-threatening and immediate, is going to be very different from the feelings we have for Foodie Beauty.
Because they don't want the backlash of picking on Amber when she was recently diagnosed with cancer.
Yeah.
People see through your bullshit. I hope.
Again, not bullshit, just a depth of character that you don't seem to be able to engage with.
Hope they do. I should do reactions on their crappy reactions.
Do it.
Because I definitely.
Dude, I would be here for that. My God, I would be here for that. Because at least then you'd listen to you'd admit to listening to the reactions, and we'd be able to open a discussion. You can't even keep the comments open and unmoderated You think you're going to be able to handle the reaction channels? Please react to us. I would love it. I'd be here for you.
I don't have enough material there. But it's just not worth my time. Like
How convenient.
I don't want to become what I've hated on this platform for so long.
You're already there. You've already made horrible personal comments about a number of people you claim to have sex with. You've already done rant after rant after rant on Zachary Michaels, on Charlie Gold, on anything that comes by that hits you at the wrong time. You have the thinnest skin I've ever seen.
What I've been speaking up against, but to be villainized for speaking up against it. I've said this shit.
You're villainized for the hypocrisy, not for the opinion.
The whole time. And then what now? You know, like I'm kind of pissed because it's like people started seeing it had to come from another reaction channel, you know, gaining ground, stood up for me. People are starting to see Charlie for who she is. But then also Charlie, that's what she does when she's big mad, calling me big mad.
Charlie actually calls her pig mad, which is unfortunate.
Sit there and I didn't call Shakara, whatever you called her, a basset hound, which basset hounds are very cute.
I think you might have missed the point. Oh. Also, you used the phrase big mad because you knew it was connected to Charlie Gold and to the drama when you were talking about the Black Lives Matter. You're okay using these phrases when you think it'll get you more views. Now, as it happens, it was for Black Lives Matter, and I think that's worth the views. So I didn't call you out on it then, but when it's useful, you're not so angry about it.
After that, people were like, oh, that's too far. That's not cool. But we'll sit there and thumbs up her videos of her calling me thick Canadian bacon. And like, who the fuck do you think you are calling me fat?
Wait a minute. Didn't she... Chantal came up with the phrase thick Canadian bacon, didn't she? I think she didn't intend for people to run with it. Didn't she come up with that? Oh, comment below, but I feel like that phrase initially came from her. As a joke, but from her.
Have you seen yourself? Have you stepped on a scale lately? I'm sorry, but I'll never get it. I'll never get it. Most of them have weight issues.
Yeah, that's why we comment on yours. Because we understand where you're coming from. We understand the struggles more so than people who have never been through it. And we understand when what you're saying is utter horseshit. And that's why we do it, because we can engage with this as a topic in a way thinner people maybe can't understand.
I mean, even if you don't, you know, like, what gives you the right to bully somebody for their weight or mental health? There's one reaction recently found out about her, totally just weird. Has the nerve to question, took a snapshot of me in my video, just sitting there. Mm-hmm. Would a depressed person do this?
Oh, that was on program situation, and she did explain it on Twitter. She was referencing a meme from Parks and Rec when Ben, who's obviously depressed, is holding up this weird doll thing he meant, and it was like, would a depressed person do this? Where it was obviously not covering up that he was massively depressed. And it didn't play well, and then she explained it. I didn't have the problem with it as much because I think it was just a reference that went awry. Whereas some of the Charlie Gold stuff I do have a little bit of a problem with, but to be honest, they both sling munners and they're as bad as each other, so I just kind of like, eh.
What, am I just supposed to rock in a corner? Like, depression has many different faces. How can you discriminate somebody for their mental illness when you don't know them?
I don't think that's what
it just pisses me off when these people react or talk about my life like they fucking know me. They don't.
We know what you put online, and I fully agree that what you put online will not be everything. We don't know everything, but you're choosing what you present in this public platform, so don't blame us for interpreting things that you're putting out.
Like, why would you watch an obese person who hasn't weighed in forever criticize another obese person?
Honestly, because of this, because you make it entertaining. Your reaction, just going crazy, gives a number of people the ability to be like, oh, and they watch it again. And you know this. You've done this again and again and again and again, and then you said, well, I'm not doing drama. This is the last time I'll mention it. And you feed the crowd that feeds on that. I watch you. I don't subscribe to, actually, do I subscribe to it now? Did I subscribe to it when I started this channel? I feel like I don't subscribe to it. I'll double check. I'd seen a video or two when Chantal herself had made a big deal of the drama, and I was like, oh, I should go check this out. I follow Charlie Gold on Twitter. I don't think I follow her here on YouTube. But that's why, because why would I want the insight of someone who's never had a problem with food on your struggle with food? They don't know what it's like.
Like there's some weight loss expert. You know, if somebody reacts to me who's a fitness expert, has something valuable to say, whatever, that's different. But someone like Charlie, like...
It's two different corners of the conversation. I would rather see somebody who understands your struggles react to you because we understand it better. However, when it's a health issue, when you're saying, oh, I want to exercise, but I'm not doing this XYZ, or she's saying, talk to the gym, when the conversation becomes relevant to those people, to people who are more experts in working out, who do have useful things to say to support your goals, then it's also okay for them to react. I do wish, there are some just trolls out there, I do wish it was more supportive, but just because I support your goals to get healthy, a lot of your channel doesn't show you getting healthy, and I will be critical of that, just as I'm sure they are.
No, sorry. So I'm just calling out this whole fake bullshit, fake concern that you have for Amber Lynn all of a sudden now that she's sick.
It's not fake. It's real concern for a serious medical issue that somebody that we may have been very critical about before has found themselves in. It's one of those situations where either it was a shock that it actually happened, because for how heavy she is and for the risk she's taken with her medical life, with herself physically, it's surprising that something hasn't come up before. Like, she's always seemed a little bit untouchable in that way, because you would expect a myriad of health issues for her. And so for her to turn around and be like, bam, cancer. That was a shock, but then you look back at the moments that took her here and you think, oh, it's not that we didn't see a serious health issue on the horizon, but god damn, it sucks you're dealing with this. And that's a valid response.
It's disgusting that it takes a cancer diagnosis for you to get some morality.
It's disgusting that your only response to this is to drum up some views with a video when you clearly do not have the higher emotional thinking to be able to see the nuance.
Towards this human being that you've been picking on her whole career. Amber Lynn has had it bad.
And she has had it bad. But look back to the beginning of her career, she had a lot more supporters. The vast majority of both her audience and Chantal's audience started as supporters. Yes, there were always a percentage of people who were just dicks. But the reason a lot of people feel so strongly is because they have put the time in as viewers trying to support, to just have again and again and again, have both of these people be completely cavalier with their health. And in Amber's case, be very, and her case as well actually, be very dismissive of viewers' concerns. And then to call us fake for that, like, no, we've been trying. We've put in the time. I've been watching Anne Boleyn for years. I've been watching Chantal for a long time as well. So to say that it's fake, how dare we? We've been a lot of people were not haters from day one. And that's why our feelings are so strong now.
I don't think I've seen another YouTuber have it as bad. I don't think she's done anything that bad.
Again, and yes, now she's got cancer, people are going to feel bad being bad to her, but she cried rape on her old boyfriend and then said she used the wrong word. She's done some pretty bad things. So, like, let's not kick her while she's down, but let's also not sugarcoat her life.
To deserve the kind of hate she's gotten. Okay, so, and bringing up something she's may or may not have done like fucking years ago.
Did very much do and never apologized for, you mean?
Doesn't cut it.
And yeah, sorry, I keep stopping this. That's a hugely problematic thing, and you're absolutely right. If you turn off and decide not to watch it for that, yeah. But her disregard for our health has been continual. Every time when we said, well, why are you doing torrid halls instead of getting health insurance? And she could say, well, I could have both. Yes, but do you have both? No. And now that's going to come home to roost. That's going to be a problem. And I wish it wasn't a problem, because you know what's a goddamn tragedy? If this ends up with the worst happening, it is a goddamn tragedy that she had people clamoring for her to do tests, to get insurance, to do the things that would make this situation so much either less serious or easier to handle financially. If she now is facing the worst with none of those things to help her, when she could have avoided that, that is a goddamn tragedy, because it was avoidable.
You know what? I'm glad that she's not going to get the hate anymore.
You don't seem glad.
You know what? Blame it on me. React to me all you want. I'm glad Anne Boleyn is not getting it anymore. Whatever.
She's not a human shield here. She didn't come in and be like, react to me! Leave Amber out of it! People chose to step back. Yes, there might be more interest in Chantal now because people who react are interested in the weight loss goal. Usually there is a connection in channels between Anne Boleyn and Chantal. Chantal was known as the Canadian Anne Boleyn Reid for a long time. So she might get more reactions out of this because people want content for their channel. But this video, this is a cash grab. And this is an excuse to shove it to the Haydur Nation, when actually the things that they're asking for, the things they're saying, which are back off, leave her alone, people have already done. People have already said, whoa, shit suddenly got kind of real and we're going to give her some time. So what she's hoping to achieve with this is just drama.
Half of these people that I didn't even know they existed, and they've been for a couple of years making videos about me, addressing me, and I just found out about them. So have fun talking to yourselves. And
if we were talking to ourselves, you wouldn't be mad. We have fun talking to the internet, and you hate the fact that you can't control that, and that's why you get angry. The best way, if you really don't care, just stop addressing it. And I will repeat that till I'm blue in the face, because I'd love you to grow a thicker skin, because then maybe you'd be able to address some of the things that are difficult to address. You'd be able to do things that you currently don't feel you can do because you get too emotionally involved. But instead you make these videos really obviously caring hard and claiming you don't care.
I've been going after this for a while, like I said, fighting, being angry, being stressed to just come on here and share my life with you guys, because somebody's gonna pick it apart. And
you're always gonna have that, genuinely. Whether you agree with it, whether you don't agree with it, she's at the point where it's never not gonna be an issue. So make the choice to continue with YouTube knowing that's gonna be an element, or make the choice to not continue with YouTube. But what's killing her right now is that, like, what's killing me right now more, people are doing exactly what they're asking for. People are backing off from Anne Boleyn. And you can't have it both ways. Either you're saying you shouldn't be doing this, or they stop doing it and you're like, oh, I'm not getting the views. That's what this is about.
800 different videos? Like, it's just hypocrisy, that's all it is. I think that I think they should delete their videos about Amberlynn, because it's not a good look.
I think you should delete your videos gorging on food when you say you're on a weight loss journey. It's not a good look. They're not going to, and neither are you. So let's just agree there are no moral high horses here and we're all down in the mud together.
Especially right now. Continuing to profit off of ridiculing her. You're not sorry, Charlie, because in your tweet, you even said, I don't feel bad about my previous videos. I was reacting to what was there.
Yeah. I don't react to Amberlynn Reid, and I'm glad I don't, because she's going through something horrible. But I know Charlie's a bit of a different situation, because once they started having their spat online, she did get a lot meaner in her vocabulary. So I'm not touching that, whatever. But I can speak for my channel, which is I'm not here to hate. And if something serious was going on with Chantal's health and I said, okay, I'm not going to react to that. If she was having a serious issue that was to the point where I would feel bad reacting, I would stop. But it wouldn't change the fact that everything I had just said in previous videos about her weight or what she was doing with her weight at the time or the food she was eating or the behaviors she was showing would still be relevant.
You made that shit up. There's nothing there. You made it up. React to your own self. React to the people calling you out. And this will probably piss you off. And then you'll just sit there and insult me. But that's okay, because once you start insulting somebody, you've lost the fight already, so.
Again, there are a lot of videos of her just sitting insulting people. We're all down in the mud together, sweetheart.
Good luck with that. Anyways, I'll go back to ignoring these insignificant people.
You've never ignored them in your life.
I hope that they just keep getting exposed for what they are, and I hope that one day YouTube just doesn't allow that kind of bullying on the platform anymore. So
I think YouTube, when they stop reactions, will also stop mukbangs, because that's also a destructive behavior that you profit off of.
Especially not to monetize it. Just wanted to get that off my chest with everything that's been going on. And I do want to say at the end of the day that I want to send healing, positive, caring vibes towards Amberlynn. She told me about her diagnosis before her video came out, and I've just was waiting for her video to come out so I can find out if she was okay, and it was heartbreaking. She's a human being. We are all.
Her video was genuinely difficult to watch. She was sort of mid-panic attack. She was having trouble breathing. It's definitely one that pulled on the heartstrings. Like, it's a horrible thing to have to deal with, especially as young as she is.
Human beings, I wish her the best, and she knows I'm here for her. And it's just awesome seeing all the support that there are a lot of decent human beings.
You spent a whole video saying it was all fake support, and now you're like, oh, it's so awesome to see the support. Make up your mind.
It's awesome seeing all of the support for her, but it pisses me off that it took her to get cancer for people to treat her like a human being. That's all. So, that's my 2 cents on the whole situation. I'm not going to talk about it anymore.
I think it's bullshit to sit there and be like, bomb, video. Oh, I'm not going to talk about it anymore. No, if you open this conversation, you have to be ready to answer. You can't just throw it out and be like, okay, I'm not going to talk about it anymore. Well, then why did you start the conversation? Supposedly ignoring people. They're making a whole video about it.
Because it's not good for my mental health. I I really just can't deal with any more negativity or petty, stupid drama.
Get off
that these
YouTube.
people
It ain't going
do with
away.
their lives every single day. And somehow Amberlynn and I have become part of it, like without us being involved.
She has been an active part of it. It keeps going because she gets involved, because she's incapable of not.
It's weird. I don't know. Maybe these people will start vlogging, or in Charlie's case, maybe she'll do actual weight loss content. I don't know. I don't give a fuck.
You give many, many, many fucks, as can be seen in your many other videos on this topic. God, this feels like a really negative video, and it's not what I want it to be, but this is the hypocrisy that you are throwing accusations at us about. And as far as I know, I have to check the channel, but she has done weight loss content on her channel. She has done gym content. And I know that Charlie Gold threw out that challenge to Amberlynn saying, okay, I'll delete my channel if I don't weigh this much and blah, blah, blah. But a lot of stuff has happened since, you know? So I don't buy this whole, oh, I don't care, I don't give a fuck. She always gives a fuck.
I just want to come on here, do my videos, and honestly not be bothered.
So don't be bothered.
So much for watching.
You are welcome.
And listening to me rant, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.
Bye. Okay, well, thank you for the rant. I'm sure it really showed how much you did not care about the issue, this rant you've uploaded. Guys, there are many good points that need to be made in terms of Amberlynn and the importance of giving her support in this time. Am I surprised she had a major health concern, one so connected with obesity? No. It sucks that she did. I wish she didn't have it. I wish she wasn't at higher risk because of her weight. I wish that, I hope that she gets effective treatment. It's going to be harder because of her weight, and that's a fact. Which is why I'm not being a bitch about her right now. I haven't reacted on her because she makes me more angry than Chantal makes me, and that's not the energy that I want to bring into YouTube. So when I criticize, I want it to be supportive. I've done this video because this video was pure hypocrisy on Chantal's part and very selective memories in terms of past videos she's made. And again, it's a rewriting of the narrative of the history of her channel. I wish Amberlynn the absolute best. And call me fake, call it whatever you want, really. But I have enough emotional maturity to be able to have nuances in my emotions and recognize that just because I've had problems with her behavior in the past, she didn't deserve to be facing something as awful as cancer. I am going to be watching her videos to get updates on her diagnosis. I know that she updated today, just saying she was going to wait and talk to a doctor. Oh, there's the call to prayer. And we'll see what happens with it. But I'm going to offer her support where I can offer her support. Chantal is just using this for views. She's using this for drama. She's using this to try and grab some of the audience and get more views on her channel. And I don't appreciate it. I think it just cheapens what she's going through right now. So I will see you with the next one. Put your opinions down below, teacups. Tell me how you feel, what you think should happen moving forward. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.